Hello, this is Casey Schaub. This video is going to pick up where we left off in the creation of a manual/hybrid assessment. This video is an update from the 2016 version due to increased options available through the use of Lightning Grader's bubble sheets and scanning software. We are currently on the performance band section of the setup process. We are next going to look at designing the sheet for the assessment. This ultimately dictates what students see on the generated bubble sheet for a manual assessment and what options they see when students take this assessment online as a hybrid assessment. We're going to click on Setup and then click on Sheet Designer. The options you see for each question depend on if you selected multiple choice or rubric during the answer key portion of the setup. For example, question 1 shows multiple choice underneath the response options. If I click on the word multiple choice, then a pop-up shows that gives me the option of selecting Number Grid. Number Grid is not supported for online testing as of the creation of this video, which is late June 2017. But Elluminate states that it will be supported in the future. It may actually be supported by the time you're watching this video. Please be aware of the appearance or lack of any warning message related to the number grid option and online testing. You would, of course, need to change the answer key to reflect a number if you were to change from multiple choice to number grid. To the right of the response options is the choices that will appear both online and on the Lightning Grader bubble sheet. You can replace the A, B, C, D, and E, or delete any of the options here as well. If you had stated that question 1 was true and false, then I could replace the A with a T, the B with an F, and then erase the other options. If your test includes questions that have more than 5 options, then you can click on Change Number of Responses, click the 5, and then you can select up to 9. This will give you the option of 9 choices for all of your questions. You can also select a smaller number if your test does not include any multiple choice questions with 5 or more options. For example, if your test only includes 2 options per question, then you can follow the same process and then select 2. Now let's explore the options you have for rubric/constructed response questions. Question 4 is a constructed response question. I can click where it says rubric, and a pop-up menu will appear. You will see that I have the following constructed response items that I can select from: sentence, short answer, extended response, and essay. Since Lightning Grader now scans student work in the bubble sheet and uploads them online, these options dictate how much room is created on the bubble sheet for students to write their responses or show their work. Sentence leaves a little room, while essay provides the most room of all the options. You can actually have it print multiple pages for the essay if you would like. When I make a selection, I then have the option of using different backgrounds, blank, lined, or gridded. I'm going to pick short answer and lined for question 4, an essay with a gridded background, and 1 page for question 6. A later video will show you how to generate the bubble sheets for manual assessments and how to administer this type of assessment online. However, I wanted to show you a quick preview of what these particular options would look like on a bubble sheet and online. For this assessment, the generated bubble sheet for students is 2 pages long. You can see that questions 1 through 3 are multiple choice. Question 4 contains some lines for the short answer question. Question 5 is multiple choice, and question 6 is gridded on the second page. Additional videos will go into more depth regarding the generation of the bubble sheets and how to scan them for grading. Now let's look at what this assessment looks like online. You can tell that the select multiple options have clickable boxes, and that I can have students type in their answers online in text boxes. You will not see any grids or lines for these questions. However, teachers do have the ability to let students take constructed response questions on written paper and then turn them in to be graded. I could see this being preferable for any questions that require students to respond to a question that cannot be captured easily using a text box. I am thinking of my own prior experience with mathematics and chemistry, but can't imagine other disciplines having similar types of questions. Additional videos go into depth with regard to the options that you have available to you when administering a hybrid assessment online. The last portion of the manual/hybrid creation process that I want to cover is the details page. This page shows all of the setup pieces that can be done for an assessment. Let's scroll through the details and notice that it includes any administrations of the assessment, the answer key, the question groups, the standards, the performance bands, the materials, and if the assessment is shared. I suggest looking at this page when you have created a manual/hybrid assessment to check that you have completed all of the steps. Additional videos cover the administration and grading of both manual and hybrid assessments. Thank you for watching this video.